This is rock and roll. It ain't rock and sleep. Get up.
The Classic Rock Morning Show on 94.7 CSX.
Bev, watching ELO go into the Hall of Fame on Friday night and you not being there bothered me. I have to be honest. I wanted to see you there.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be there, but I was working that night in Stafford, and just started something like a 75 date tour with my band, the Bev Bevan Band, and we're all over the UK. And these dates were in before I even knew about the Hall of Fame, so I just couldn't be there, which is a shame.
So you couldn't have recorded something, maybe like a recorded thing, or did you offer to maybe at least do something where you could say something?
Yes, my manager did. We were going to send a video or something, but they really weren't interested in doing that. I think you either show up or you don't. So unfortunately we couldn't do anything. I just obviously made a statement saying how proud I was of receiving such an award, but no, they weren't interested in any kind of video thing.
Strange. That's strange to me. I don't. Well, we don't understand the Hall. ELO's connection to Detroit. When I was looking you guys up in our concert database with all the shows here at Pine Knob and even the two at the Silverdome, you think about it, Bev. You guys were here a lot in the 70s.
Yeah, Pine Knob. What a great venue that was. Yeah, and actually, and the one tour of America I did with Black Sabbath, I remember that Detroit was one of the absolute best nights of the tour as well.
Do you look back now? I have to ask, when we mentioned Sabbath, there's so many things that come up for that tour. Can you tell me, true or false, the idea for Stonehenge in Spinal Tap is probably inspired by something that happened on your tour with Black Sabbath, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, our Stonehenge set was too big to fit in. I think it was Geezer who gave him the dimensions, and he put it in yards instead of feet or whatever. And so when this Stonehenge was constructed, it was just so massive that it wouldn't fit on most stages. So I think the guys from Spinal Tap did a reverse on that and made it like really tiny.
Did anybody keep the giant stones, or are they just thrown by the wayside somewhere?
They were. That we tried. They were shipped over to America for the tour, and then we soon realised that most of it wouldn't fit on stages. So a lot of it was just dumped somewhere. It's probably still there, but it's pretty crazy thing to happen. Yeah.
I always wondered about that. Bev Bevan, our guest. If someone, I always like to ask artists this question. If someone has never heard ELO, maybe it's a young person, 16, 17 years old, and I'm going to have them listen to one ELO song, and I go, this is ELO. What would you have them listen to?
Oh, it's a good question, isn't it? I've never been asked that before. I don't know. I guess Mr. Blue Sky does some ELO up pretty well. It's a great song, and it's got the ELO sound on it. Yeah, that would work.
Were you aware of John? I mean, when was the first time you found out the John Lennon statement that was if the Beatles had continued, they probably would have become something like ELO? When was the first time you heard that, and what was your reaction?
Yeah, you couldn't get a bigger compliment than that. And I mean, myself and Jeff Lynne and Roy Wood, we were all massive Beatle fans, and for John Lennon to say that was remarkable. Yeah.
So with the band, with ELO, I mean, you guys, the run that you had, and I've read this before. It's strange to me how critically you guys got kind of, people took shots at you in the 70s, but now as we step back, there's this love affair with ELO music all over again.
Yes, I know. It's back in the day, back in the 70s, a lot of ELO albums didn't get the greatest critical acclaim. Yet now, we seem to have been accepted by most people. Yeah.
And so you're doing the solo stuff as well, Bev. So are there plans to, I know you're doing UK dates and stuff in Europe, plans to come to this side of the pond?
Well, my band, the Bev Bevan band, we're doing like 75 shows in the UK this year, and I'm doing I do a radio show, and I've been writing lyrics for another band called Quill for their album, and working on actually a book idea of all my experiences. I'm pretty busy. It would be lovely for my band to be in America, but I think that it would take some organising. I don't think my name maybe wouldn't be big enough to for a tour, but it would be lovely if it could happen. I haven't been to America for a long time now, so and I love playing drums and I love my band, so it would be great if it could happen. Yeah, sure.
It sounds like you're in a good place, and I was interested when we found out we were going to talk with you because, we're watching all the drama that went on with Journey, and Neil and is Steve Perry going to show up or he isn't, and I was concerned that maybe you and Jeff were in that same place where you're still trying to patch things together. Are you in a good place with him, or just kind of you've moved on? It is what it is.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. We haven't spoken for many years now, and but I think it's great that he's out there with Jeff Lynne's ELO, because for many years he didn't tour, and they're just great songs. He's a brilliant songwriter, and those songs deserve to be heard. So I'm glad that he's doing well and touring again.
Well, and I'm glad to hear that you, like I said, you sound like you're in such a great place, Bev. The song that I always liked for you as a percussionist off the same album that you mentioned, Mr. Blue Sky, In the Jungle?
Oh, yeah, Jungle was great fun to make.
Love that song. It was always that was one of my, that was a great song.
I love percussion instruments as well, so yeah, that's a fun song, yeah.
What did you keep from your ELO days? And I'm not talking like mentally. Did you always, you always hear like actors take things from movie sets and stuff. Is there something you kept of significant importance to you?
Sorry, what's the question again?
Did you keep something from your days with ELO? Did you keep was there anything in particular that you kept, whether it was an album, an early acetate or something from a studio session? Was there something like that you've kept?
I've still got my old drum heads, bass drum heads and things like that. And those movie chairs that we sat on with our names on, that was on one of the albums. I think that was Out of the Blue. I've got lots of things like that I've kept. Absolutely, yeah.
That's so cool. Well, Bev, it's great talking to you. We love you here in Detroit, and Pine Knob. I mean, the dates you guys played there, the two at the Silverdome as well. All the best to you. We will follow along, and congratulations on going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you so much. And actually, I meant to say Detroit was one of the when the Move toured, our one and only tour of America. We played only 3 cities, and that was San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Detroit.
I didn't know that. Okay. And all right. Well, I know we got to get on to your next one. Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Jim. Bye.
Right, bye.
This is rock and roll. It ain't rock and sleep. Get up.
The Classic Rock Morning Show on 94.7 CSX.